Oh shit. All right. So it looks like my entire PC has been sound-wise reconfigured, so you're going to have to give me a second to fix this.
Other shops and offices placed around it. It's basically two rings, like one outer ring and a second smaller ring right around this central structure, the factory line, this flagship store. And you have these passages that go in.
Trying to minimize fluff gameplay space, still make it a sort of interesting location. Because these are all the things that we define now, and if we don't get them right in this stage of development, then later on it's really hard to go back and change that stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, this is still pretty much early days. I mean, this is nowhere final what we're going to look at, but there's already quite a bit of work that has gone into this location. A lot of work that the players usually don't see because it's going on behind the scenes. I mean, at this point, the narrative team, for example, has already written down like what they would expect from a lore point of view from this landing zone. Art department has created concept arts to give visual direction and define those a lot of work visual key beats for the landing zone. And also as designers, I mean, we've decided on what we expect from a gameplay point of view from the LZ. And basically all the departments have already come together and locked that part, basically that plan down.
I think I might have got it now.
Okay, so that was a look at the Babbage.
So let's do this right.
Some of
all right, so.
Sure.
So looks like everything's on now.
And Babbage is going to be placed on Microtech, this planet with a very harsh climate. Basically what Microtech did was build these domes where tons of light can come in. It has this
the Windows
sort of
update happened about a week ago. It got forced onto a lot of
by
machines.
looking at
Mine was one of them.
plants they have in here.
I'm going to shut up now so you can watch this.
Cylindrical
Hopefully it'll
design
all
like
continue
of
to
the
work.
domes lends itself very well to a symmetrical layout with this very prominent structure in the center, which is the flagship store of Microtech, and other shops and offices placed around it. It's basically two rings, like one outer ring and a second smaller ring right around this central structure, the factory line, this flagship store. And you have these passages that go into each cardinal direction, so you can quickly reach whatever shop or office you want to get to.
Yeah, so when we're whiteboxing this, a lot of the things that we care about are performance is one, trying to minimize fluff gameplay space, still make it a sort of interesting location, because these are all the things that we define now, and if we don't get them right in this stage of development, then later on it's really hard to go back and change that stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, this is still pretty much early days. I mean, this is nowhere final what we're going to look at, but there's already quite a bit of work that has gone into this location. A lot of work that the players usually don't see because it's going on behind the scenes. I mean, at this point, the narrative team, for example, has already written down like what they would expect from a lore point of view from this landing zone. Art department has created concept arts to give visual direction and define those visual key beats for the landing zone. And also as designers, I mean, we've decided on what we expect from a gameplay point of view from the LZ. And basically all the departments have already come together and locked that part, basically that plan down.
Okay, so that was a look at New Babbage. So with that, thank you, Fred, for coming to my desk to talk about New Babbage.
Hey, thank you.
Alpha 3.6 introduced several features that lay the groundwork for enhanced gameplay as Star Citizen's development continues through 3.7 and beyond. And one of the new aspects of ship gameplay recently added were misfires, or the chance for our components to not do what they're supposed to do when we want them to do it. We asked David and Johnny from the vehicle feature team to shed some light on what can misfire and why this feature, along with others that are coming down the line, can add depth and consequence to gameplay decisions regarding your ships and vehicles.
So in 3.6, we have this new feature called misfires or faults in ships. And we've seen a lot of discussion as to what that is and how that actually works. So we're going to take a little bit of time to sort of clear that up and go into what like a misfire is, right, Johnny? So can you tell us what a misfire is?
Yeah, so as you said, a misfire is a fault in the behavior of an item. It will happen semi-randomly, but it is a consequence of your playing with the item. So if you've been overheating it too much or it's just old, the longer that you go without doing anything about it, the more likely it is to misfire and behave differently.
So in 3.6, the way we're going to communicate misfires is through a UI notification on your ship's HUD. We want it to be front and center. Something is happening, you need to do something about that. But there's not a lot of information, right? So we're going to, in the future, go a little bit more deeper, right?
Items that misfire or will misfire in 3.6 will be power plants, there'll be shields, thrusters and coolers will all misfire. And they'll misfire at different levels as well. So the earliest kind of misfire is just a warning, effectively, like a little indicator on your car dashboard.
It's worth going over why we want this, right?
Oh yeah.
The idea is that we want to have some consequence to the long-term misuse of items, right? I think that's pretty appropriate. So in the PU, when you have the ship, you can sort of develop a character to it because maybe you lean toward using one more item than another and it gets a little bit, rickety because it's been used too much and stuff like that. And that will really help to bring a little bit more personality to the ship and give you consequences to decisions so that it's not obvious what the best decision is always.
Definitely. If your power plant misfires and suddenly has half the capability, and then you have to go and manage the consequences of the misfire as well.
It's worth clarifying that there is a step to that process, so you can't just get a critical misfire and nowhere, right?
Yeah. So the things that cause misfires will be the heat, the distortion, the degradation, and the damage that go into your item. And so if you've all of a sudden get hit by an EMP and you just go to 100% distortion, you won't get a critical instantly.
Sure.
There's caveats everywhere all over the system to try and avoid these kind of unfair feeling mechanics.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Okay, that sounds really good. So the idea, as you can see, is that the system is not unfair. We put a lot of effort into making sure that it's not unfair. And the result will hopefully be system gameplay with your ships that is a little bit more consequential, I guess. And it'll, help to make that whole experience with ships work together and, all of your decisions actually matter.
So life in Stanton means navigating the various industrial, commercial, and extra-legal factions that vie for control and influence throughout the star system. And learning who the players are, and what they're after, and why they do the things they do may someday make the difference between prosperous adventure or an unfortunate accident. Let's check in with Dave and Will as they shed some light on the life and lore under the law of Stanton.
Thank you. Hey, welcome to Turing Stop and another conversation with the lore team, this time about law, the new law system in 3.6, just released. Very exciting. It's our first kind of main crack at establishing the jurisdictions across Stanton's system.
Yep. Yeah, so we kind of have this new system involved to basically kind of give consequence to some of the sort of outlaw activities. So yeah, this is the first time we've been able to kind of create a system around it where you have kind of consequences and for your actions and stuff like that, based off of smuggling and kind of laying the groundwork for what's to come down the road.
And what's really kind of unique and fun about the Star Citizen approach is this idea of jurisdictions that we have, that there's a lot of different layers, right? Like, so the UEE is our main governing body for like legal space, and as you're flying around, it's their laws and guidelines that kind of apply to everything.
Yeah, if you're in a UEE system, like there are sort of basic laws that kind of everybody has to abide by, but the fun thing about it is that all the planets kind of get to tweak the laws a little bit, as long as they're kind of not, you know, outright betraying some of the original laws, can kind of govern themselves the way they want to do it.
Yeah, and that comes down to like our planets having their own security forces, and too, like Hurston has their Hurston security.
Yeah.
You know, there's Crusader security, and so all these different local police forces enforce the local law, whereas you have the advocacy and the UEE military to enforce the greater law.
Yeah.
And it's real interesting for players flying around. Something that's legal in one world may not be legal on the other worlds and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean, again, that factors into sort of our jurisdiction thing with, you know, you compare and contrast kind of like Lorville versus New Babbage on Microtech, whereas Lorville is obviously much more kind of like maniacal Iron Fist type control. You know, New Babbage is a little bit laxer on some of their laws because, you know, again, that sort of Silicon Valley thing where it's a lot of innovation and you know, creativity and technological development, but has kind of a big party scene. So like they're a little bit laxer about the drugs as opposed to like on Hurston. So you might not get as much trouble for running drugs in New Babbage than you would in Lorville.
And you can kind of go into the journals right now and read about the full jurisdiction, what they apply as, and you fly into that system. And we're hoping down the road to, you know, move that into its own separate app possibly, and give players a lot more information so that maybe you'll be able to check out the laws of where you're going without having to go there first. And all that kind of steps is planned.
And the fun thing too, hopefully, you know, once we kind of can get into it a little bit more, is like one of the things I remember we'd always joked about was the fun thing that, you know, Hurston cracks down so much that like, you know, something as arbitrary as like blue jeans could be illegal on Hurston because they don't want you to basically buy anything they're not selling. So there's a lot of room, obviously, for us to develop it down the road as we get into more planets and more systems and more tech, basically.
So that's a brief look at the lore behind the law, except the other way around. And I think that does about it.
Lore behind the law.
Oh.
Hey, we're good.
Thanks so much.
So fun fact, I'm not allowed to touch the copy machine. So what we learned this week? We learned that landing zones begin their journeys in white box in much the same way our ships and vehicles do. That in game design, sometimes you want a thing to not work when needed to balance out the overclocking and abuse of components. And for life in the Stanton system, it's becoming just as important to consider how you interact with its NPCs as it already is with other players. To our subscribers, don't forget to check out July's issue of Jump Point magazine with a first look at some of the work being done on our new procedural space station interiors. And to everyone in the Star Citizen community, our continuing thanks for making all of this possible. We'll see you next week.
Well, shit. Maybe I won't
Thanks for
break the
watching.
law.
For the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42, you can subscribe.
And you're done. And you're done. Oh, look, it's Star Citizen. Where will we go today? First. Oh, man, really? I thought I did this already. Wasn't this shit supposed to be persistent? Now, let's make sure I'm actually transmitting right now. Oh, look, sound and everything. Cool. Well, that will be it. Alright, and my YouTube channel just heard crap. That. There it is. Alright, Mr. Dave Gilbert. We were talking online while the thing was playing in the background for everybody to watch. Basically, the check engine light's going to be pretty amazing. It'll be actually better than our check engine lights in this century, which is kind of weird because we still don't have GPS or north seeking arrows or anything like that. Super awesome. Let's see. Dave Gilbert talks about his check engine light. He says, especially when my 890 finally drops, can't wait to crash into new and interesting things in that behemoth. Yes, Dave, that will be interesting. That's what's more interesting. What I will look like today. So let's see here. Sample. I don't look anything like that. Oh, look, I'm going to push that button. Oh, wait. How does this work? Come here. Oh shit! How did I do that? There we go. Okay. That one.
Me6 said.
These are all chicks. No. 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 There we go. Oh, there. Okay. Better. Do anything. I don't like any of these. Yeah, sure, whatever. All right. Sure. We'll probably blow up trying to land in its hangar. Probably. Advanced. Look at me when I talk to you. There we go. Eyebrows. My brows. What the hell am I supposed to do with brows? Ooh. Fancy pants. Eyes. Those are cool looking. Ears. Yeah, big ears. Cheeks. So many cheeks. Really good. Cheeks. Alright, nose. Yeah, I like the nose. Mouth. Good. Jaw. Ooh, big strong jaw coming up. Good. There it is. Crown. I don't know what's going into this. Oh. Something's grown out of his skull. Hair. Good. Good haircut. I need some. Oh. Ugh. Really? Okay. There. That one. That one. Right, it's stopped letting me do stuff. This is not my hair. Fine, skull cap day it is. Hair color doesn't matter. Review. Perfect. Ooh, we have some friends in the game. Are they today? Let's see. Cannabis. Patient? Yeah, whatever. Here we go. I'm awake. That's funny. It didn't remember my body, but it remembered all of my clothes and armor. I've been playing so long I don't remember the frickin' buttons. I'm good, whatever. Alright. Whee! And that pesky little bugger, but that's okay. Yeah, push it aside and come on. Yeah. Right, I forgot about a Titan. I think I Ash. I'm okay for now. guys. Big cargo, big cargo. Big chance to crash. Oh shit, I forgot. New flight model. This should be interesting. Let's take something small out. Vector, or relation. That ought to do it. I don't know the buttons for. I'm gonna have to look at the buttons for the switching to. Who knows the buttons for switching to hover mode or whatever it is? And where the fuck am I going? There we go. Oh man, it's definitely interesting, Dave says. I think he's being facetious. This thing looks like it's leaning back. Never thought it looked a little bit more level than that. Oh there, what was that about? Oh, it's automatic. Very cool. Yeah, I thought there was like a button you had to hit to go into like freaking fake helicopter mode. Guess you just have to fly under a certain speed or something. There's the new comms channel. I heard about that. Yeah, for those of you that are just checking in, I haven't played Star Citizen in like 2 months. Life has dealt me some very weird cards that I'm playing out. Right. Light ready. I like that button.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
Well, that spools up. I'm gonna check out the old space book and see what guys said to me. Yes, Chris, I'm playing for 12 hours. I've had a bit of a withdrawal. Make a special gift for you. Here, so you guys can see what I'm doing with Chris. I'm making a special gift for him. Let's see. There we go. That's for you, Chris. All right, back to the fun that is. Look, my guns are gimbaled. That's kind of cool. All right, so I guess I'm gonna try to fly this thing. I'm not sure why my mouse is doing this. So here we go. It's the space bar.
Take off.
Forward thrust. I have no forward thrust. Let's use the keys for now. Get away from the station, then I guess I can figure kill the landing gear.
Landing gear raised.
OTAS is not even giving any light to it. Oh, we might have a serious problem here. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. My controller has decided it doesn't want to work anymore, so oh shit. I didn't even notice it wasn't even on. Interesting. I'm flying by mouse. What I can get. Yeah, fuck it. Fly by mouse, I guess. I'll reset after I get some of this done. Remember to keep the eye on your artificial horizon when trying to land. Keep your crosshair centered in circular target ping. Yeah, it's just like flying a helicopter. I will do that.
Virgil said Jared, yeah, it's okay now. Thanks, winking face.
Shut up, Virgil. No one cares about you and your winking face. Make a friendly trip out to Daymar. Buttons are different now or something? You gotta pick a spot now? Looking weird. Okay, let's do that. Human mining, we're gonna go up there, set route. Sure. Try that. Golic shipping hub. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Let's find out. I've got no blue arrows. Anywhere. Try this again. There we go. I see you. That route. Is there a magic button I don't know about for setting the route? Really? This is going to be a short 12 hours, so I can't even navigate to something. Go train surfing on Hurston or Hardcore. I don't know if I can get there, man. The navigation system doesn't seem to be working. I mean, it's still the frickin' F2 button, right? Let's try if I can sneak in through F1. It won't let me select anything. Yeah, it doesn't. So I can get on it and the green lines show up, the dashed lines show up, and I can click on it and they all go away. And then I go set route and nothing happens. And they don't show up anywhere. Try going. Recenter. Try that. Nada. Nothing. If I spool up. Happen. Hello, no. Maybe I need to be spooled up and then try F2. Does not seem to be the issue. Should be able to see Daymar from here, but trouble with no key. selling. Oh, wait. I got a line now. That's weird. Okay. Ooh. Know your role, big ship. This is gonna be interesting. That's selling. Don't tell me I'm obscured. No? Okay. If you spool up in regular flight mode, stay out of F2, then jump where you want. It shows up. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. I actually got a line that showed up, but it's pointing me to this the Crusaders. I'm just trying to get. Maybe I can get this thing to work now. I want to go to Daymar. Oh, look, it's working. That route. Server bug. Let's see if it. That route's not working, but it might still be working. All right. That's selling. That's not Daymar. Oh. My God, it's so stupid. All right, let's just chase some of these diamonds real quick and see what happens there. Not over here. Yalla. Oh, this is looking promising now. Daymar. Oh yeah, going to Daymar. Gonna pick up some shite. Just good to do it. Oh. Did it lock? Or turn? The hell? Just to hold the B button down, right? You know what? I'm wondering if I have to be moving or if I have to be out of the armistice zone before I can jump. There we go. That's a hard fucking turn just to... That's weird. It like turned me completely away from Daymar. Where the fuck am I going? I hope this is Daymar.
Quantum drive is now off.
Let's find out. Alright, we're on Daymar. Let's see. Go to Shubin. Is it Shubin's the big one, is it? Or hardcore mining. There. That route. Hey, it's working. Guess it just needed a little DLC. Show me something good. Show me something good. Whoa, this thing's crazy with the mouse. Alright, BQ's working now.
Drive is now on.
It'll jump. Ooh. Voice. Symptomatic. Probably look and see if I need to take control.
quantum drive is now off.
Our nose down and now for a almost crash, also known as the controlled descent. Any takers on whether I'll crash this thing or not? First, I'm pretty sure I did pick the
Sean said. Unofficial help Bald Eagle Discord's API is the issue. They could host their app anywhere in the world, even if they zombified your computer and hosted it from your PC, it would still.
I really gotta learn how to turn those things off. I have so many Discord channels, it's not even funny. Going in! Gonna be glorious. Probably need to start slowing down though. Oh there, why'd you nose up? That's weird. Okay. Coming in hot. I'm only going 50. I'm doing nothing, dude. Am I really going too fast to land this bucket? 50? 48. I'm coming in hot. I think you're being facetious. I gotta pay attention. I keep my eye on the prize here. I'm gonna wreck this thing. This is not flying. This mouse thing is not.
Sean said we just need to pray Discord recognizes Gilded.
I don't know who Sean is, but he needs to shut up. Alright. Coming in hot. Flying in a nice straight line like an old guy. Gonna be interesting. Out here. Oh yeah, good stuff. This. Coming in. Oh, I can't remember if I've got to do I gotta frickin' get permission to land and shit? Slow down a little bit. Something stupid. Oh yeah, if you're watching the YouTube, dude, there's like a 10, 12, maybe even a 30-second lag. Alright, so need to get this thing zeroed out. And level. I can't remember, is there a coming in slightly warm? No, I'm actually in hover mode right now. I can't remember if I have to. Oh shit. Alt key did not work. Shit. Which key is it to? Oh, Z key, that's right. And rolling your mouse wheel clearly doesn't zoom in anymore. That's not working. Oh, it's the F key, that's right. Durr. God, I'm so out of it. I guess I don't have to check in with these people, huh? Thought you did. Go to the bottom. Happens. Nope. Do it. A little bit of power. A little too much power. Oh shit, I forgot I'm in hover mode. I can't do that. I was just gonna go like nose right in and then level off. Now this thing's going down slow. It's still the shift key, right? Alright, so up is still up. Down doesn't seem to be down anymore. Where's this power related? Oh, because it's not shift, it's control. No, wait. Very different. Moving forward. Oh yeah, this is just like a helmet chapter. Does like to waddle a little bit. I don't know if I like that. May have overshot it. I don't know. No, I would say that I nailed it. My landing gear. Oh, look, a flying gun. That's interesting. Never seen that before. Hopefully it's not one of mine. Oh, what the fuck, Chuck? Oh, you're killing me, man. Oh, note to self, put landing gear down. N, landing gear. I am so out of practice, it's not even funny. I just landed without my damn landing gear. That is hilarious. Alright. And you can't fix anything here, so it'd be very interesting to see what happens when I try to get applied. I might get stranded here. This could be a problem. Really don't want to pay to get this shit back. You know if you can get repaired at that shipping hub that's above this thing? Somebody tell me, please. Nada, huh? Okay. I'm gonna have to go for it. Landing gear up. Came all the way down here for nothing. Now I gotta go get this bucket repaired because it's too stupid to put my landing gear down. Pretty sure that was my weapon that I saw flying off into nowhere. Here I am. Oh no. Oh, systems
Me6
overheating.
said.
Systems are overheating. Interesting. So it'll take me a while to get out of orbit, huh? Oh yeah, look at my floating landing gear. It's fucking awesome. Why am I slowing down? What the fuck is going on here? Oh, I keep using that shift key like a moron, that's why. speed up before we try to go down. There we go. Yep, I lost that entire strut. Still pretty. I do think it's interesting that they've got the fans still open. What's for your average cargo run? Why am I going so fucking slow? Maximum power.
Me6 said.
Yeah, I'm really gonna have to do a quick reset on this. If I can get it repaired. If I can get my damn joystick working again. Realize they're not even getting power right now. Lowest ascent in the history of Star Citizen. Feel like I'm on Hurston trying to leave the planet in a Starfare. pretty cool.
Auto drive is now on.
Oh shit, it's one of these. Ah!
Auto drive is now
Wasn't Kovalex the destroyed one? Did I just come up here for nothing? Sure I did. Yeah. Right one. The edge. That's alright. Run away. Head on back to old Ollie. We can't get this. Of course not. Of course we can't. Got a route now. Of course that's not working now. It looks like everything's working with the line. Cool beans. And line in game. Oh, there we go. Fire two.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
Me6 said.
Landing gear deployed.
Well, I guess they really shrank the armistice zones, huh?
Hydrogen fuel is at 75%.
Bingo. Where are you at?
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Not cool. Gonna make me late.
Landing complete.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Engines are off.
I just push powers off, and that's not good.
Weapons system is off.
Okay, that's all good. Let's see if we can. And repair is not available. And my mouse just quit working. There we go. Lucky. Oh, look. I guess it took. Liking it. Liking it a lot. What I should have done is I should have went and logged out in space, but I don't want to lose the tip. Open Sesame. Sesame is open.
Deuteronomy said.
So it looks like the repair worked, but it was like latent. It happened after I landed. Alright, I'm gonna run in here. I'm gonna log off, and then I'm gonna fix my HOTUS. Then I'm gonna be right back for 11 more hours of this crazy shit. So much fun. What happened to frickin'... There we go. Yeah, this thing's all locked up. I don't know what the hell's going on now. Alright, that's better. I'll be back.